picked it up once already in their first game. Didn't work out so well for him there. But yet to be shown in this draft here. But the mighty settings real fast. Head over to audio and make sure you have mute co-broadcaster checked.
Oh.
Turn that on.
10 seconds.
Let me just find that where that is. Just a second.
It's like on the middle part of the right-hand
5
side.
seconds remaining.
Like you'll see like where the sound device is and it says play sound and desktop, chat message sound, and then it says mute co-broadcasters.
Yeah, that's checked.
It was checked.
Yeah, it was checked.
Okay. Well, okay. I saw one person complaining about audio echo in game. My thing's looking pretty good. If you said that's right, then your thing's good. It's out of our hands. I'm sorry, folks.
Yeah,
We're good.
I don't
We're
lie,
beautiful.
and we
You don't lie.
double-check
I know you
everything.
don't lie. So.
Yeah, I don't lie. I'll tell you the straight truth. People will hate me, but there's always someone who's gonna complain. So just shush.
They gotta blame
all right,
someone.
let's focus on the picks. Which doctor picked against Sven as well. Not the best thing, especially the Death Ward, since it's physical damage. It's decreased by Warcry as well. On the other hand, Visage, that's the hero that I wanted to see for a long time.
10
OG
seconds
started to
remaining.
pick it. The hero is just insane.
Yeah, but what if I told
5
you that this
seconds
just
remaining.
wasn't any other Visage, Lacoste?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is a Lil
time.
Visage. You can't see me right now, but I just stood out of my chair on my feet.
Are you spreading the wings like Visage?
I am now Lil Visage. This is gonna
Yeah,
be crazy.
I hope you don't have teeth like Visage.
No, I don't. I
Yes.
don't. I'm not that bad yet. I do eat a lot of candy though, and I could get there fast if I don't take care of
Radiant
myself.
team
But
ban.
here we go. Alchemist going to come out. Immediately, my soul on the inside cries a little bit because I'm not a fan of watching Alk games. And this is Wings / Team Random. They don't pick Alk. What is that? Who
10
are they?
seconds remaining.
Maybe it was random. Who knows? Alk with
5
even
seconds
more
remaining.
minus armor with acid spray. Alk was nerfed.
Maybe
it was random. That's really a
Reserve
huge
time.
nerf for Alchemist in the latest patch. Acid spray AoE is really reduced, and chemical rage cooldown is bigger. So this is the two biggest things about Alka being nerfed. Spray AoE is really
the hero
reduced
is not
and
picked
so much anymore, but in general, like Naga and Alchemist are still not nerfed enough, in my opinion. Not because of the Radiance Illusion carriers. I think they need to do something about
10
it. It's still a bit
seconds remaining.
overpowered.
Yeah, that was a lot of people shared those same feelings
5
after they saw the
seconds
patch,
remaining.
seeing that things like Naga and the Radiance were not touched at all. So we'll have to see how much of an impact those things may
Reserve time.
have in this tournament moving forward. I've seen a little bit of Naga here and there, and we're seeing Alchemist now. Like I said, my soul's dying a bit, and hopefully this is something that's not going to be too big of a problem, so we're not just going to be seeing case after case of first ban Alks and Nagas every game. So here,
10
though,
seconds
Random
remaining.
feel pretty good about being able to kind of play that
Dire
greedy
team
kind of a
pick.
game and match the pacing against Virtus.pro. Already seeing Legion Commander Sven. This is not like a super fight right away kind of a team. This team does need a little bit of that nourishment, a little bit of that itemization and build up. Visage himself a pretty greedy support. So
10 seconds
I
remaining.
want to say that the game feels like it could be a bit slow to start,
very
but I
stable
hope that's
IG
not
drop.
the case.
Five
You know I
seconds
love a
remaining.
bloodbath.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be some early rotations, maybe from
Reserve
Crystal Maiden,
time.
from Slardar. It's gonna be probably a
5
carry Venge. It
seconds
can be a offlane Slardar with Witch Doctor, but yeah, it's gonna be a carry Venge.
Radiant
On the other
team
hand,
pick.
whoa, Timbersaw in more armor. Plus they have Legion Commander who has pressed the attack and remove stun, can remove Slardar ult, which is also a good. Visage, who naturally builds into Solar Crest just to boost even more armor for their team. So this is a really hype game. I don't think it's going to be that much action in the early game, but we'll see.
Yeah, I share those same kind of feelings, but this is good. This is good. I'm happy. I'm a happy camper if I get to open up into my first cast of the Kive Major with a Lil Visage kind of the game. So that gets me pretty excited about Virtus.pro's lineup, but this is Wing/Team Random here. I always have to say, I feel like I have to say Wing/Team Random, because I feel like if I just say Team Random, people are going to be like, yeah, but who's that? Like, who's Team Random?
Yeah,
Have they even? I haven't
random
seen them at a Dota land ever, you know. But but these guys are TI champions. People remember that, and they have just broken away from an organization which maybe have been holding them down. You know, maybe affecting a lot of them outside of the game itself. Now, possibly rejuvenated, invigorated. Anything else that sounds like that word? They're ready. They're ready to go.
I just love your words, how you choose it so wisely. You don't offend anyone, but it's politically correct, and it sounds good.
I do offend a lot of people. I offend their ears, trust me. And this is a European audience, so they're really going to hate me at this hour, that's for sure. I don't know, something about me getting loud when it's hype, it just hurts them a lot. But look at the hurt that Virtus.pro are going to be looking to bring here. 5-man smoke movement already down through the bottom lane. Looking to turn the corner, and look who they have found. Shadow is there waiting to go for the bounty rune. He's going to get hit. The shards block him out a bit, but there's certainly going to be enough follow-up, and Virtus.pro's mission is going to be successful.
Yeah, that was a good smoke. And they're going to pick up the rune as well, so they're going to have 1-2 runes on their side of the map and one on the other. What I see, the Tusk, pretty underused hero in general, especially with his 40 XP talent on level 10. The hero needs a lot of action during the early game, but once he gets there, it's so easy to actually level up. Why Tusk is picked? Because of the snowball, so they needed kind of a save hero for the duel. So once Legion duels someone, he's just gonna put it in a snowball, and they also have a swap, which they're not gonna probably use it like that until the later in the game when Venge has some kind of escape mechanism for staff or a BKB, but they have enough for a duel at least.
Lots of defensive plays there potentially from Team Random to avoid the onslaught of Virtus.pro. And another thing to remember about this particular Virtus.pro squad, I know they have seen a history of ups and downs, but overall lately this Virtus.pro squad is not the tenacious, like bloodthirsty group that we used to come and love. They have kept those kind of instincts here, and as we see, Ice is trying to go for the trade of creep, but it will be still there for little Solo, but he is still going to be sharing a bit of that XP. But nonetheless, this new Virtus.pro squad is very disciplined. They're great at making calls. They're great at using strategy, and when they're up and like moving ahead and snowballing, if you will, they're good at not just overextending or getting ahead of themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Team Virtus.pro, before they played like a greedy style with a lot of mistakes, they became more like a calm team. That's Solo's experience right there. He's the one of the coolest guy. Yeah, the coolest. I don't think like swag or anything. He's just a calm guy in general, which keeps the team together.
Solo, who has had a long history with the game, had to fight his way out of being a meme, you know, the whole 3-2-2 thing, and has, I think, pushed himself way past that. Oh, top lane. Screw the memes. We got action here. We got Maldic magic missile damage pushing onto Pasha, who just gets forced back a bit, but they're just trying to do their best to keep her away from getting the XP and getting closer to level 2 and moving forward.
Yeah, good pickup by Witch Doctor, getting Maledict level 1, forcing Legion Commander to use Shrine really early. It's already used, and with Permanent Shield, he's out-harassing Legion Commander, which I didn't think would actually happen.
And she is also going to be able to snipe the enemy bounty rune. Now, it looks like she's got someone waiting for her here. Ice nearby has the double damage rune, and as he predicts, Pasha tries to head to the high ground. He's there waiting, blocks it out, and continues to punch her in the neck with that double damage. She is trying to juke around the trees, but he only needs like one more attack. There's no shrine, so he gets punched down. Ice just beats her to death in the river.
Yeah, that was the correct rune.
Ooh.
On the other hand, no one killing solo. The Alk on mid.
Very nice snipe. Right under the tower, too. Virtus.pro fire one back themselves. And even though they did lose their offlaner, Courier could also go. Ice, Ice! What a player on this Tusk! Also manages to get a rotation through the mid lane. Snipes to Courier. Eats a hard shot there from no one, but will be able to walk away. But he has made quite the impact through this mid lane. Each team will take something from their own, but Team Random walk away with the better.
Yeah, no one beating really hard on that mid lane. Look at the CS. 18 to 11. I mean, he has Arcane Aura, level 2 right now, which favors him. Got one more kill on him. This Timbersaw is going to go really big this game.
Yeah, that is the dream if you're a Timbersaw player. Kind of already making a good first impact. He's part of an early kill. He's scoping to level 6 now. This Alchemist, as we know, has been a mid-lane tyrant for all of DAC, but here meeting his match against a bit of the old meta there in the mid-lane Timbersaw. But here we go, bottom lane, rolling on down. A party coming out from Random here, trying to get the jump onto Ramses, but they can't even get close enough. And now comes the support staff from Virtus.pro. It's Lil and Solo able to get some nice power damage onto the Tusk, and Ice is going to be going down. Now it's a fireback play here. Coconut's out. There goes the crush. Can they put the focus onto Sven and burst through Ramses? No! They get baited into more fights, and they're going to lose possibly 3. They will here. Ramses does end up getting dropped, but Lil reaps in the biggest rewards of them all and scores a double kill at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's really worth it for VP. They got the experience, they got levels on Visage, who's level 3 right now, and look at the VP, actually. I didn't notice it. I mean, Ramses is playing that Sven. That's his like signature hero. Ramses is one of the best, if not the best, Sven player. And you have a Lil on Visage, who has Blightstone already, just working towards that Solar Crest. I mean, first Medallion, then Solar Crest later on.
This is Lil. He might just get that straight up Solar Crest, you know. He is greedy and double kill
no
already.
Boots.
You know?
Yeah, no boots, just Solar Crest.
Just flying crest, but he is working through a jungle, getting lots of loving for himself here in what is feeling like a super safe lane. Faith Beyond is just kind of working with himself right now, trying to get the Soul XP and a Blink Dagger under the way, but mid lane, Roland underway is going to be a snowball of action onto no one. It's a 4-man party here, and they'll be able to bring him down. Even the wave coming in from Blink as he rotates on in. You can feel the almost desperation from Team Random there to just try to get something under their belt.
Yeah, look at that shrine. 3-man shower, 4-man shower, wow.
Oh, I'm missing men showering. I gotta get over here.
Yeah, don't drop the soap.
And they take their business all the way up and towards the top lane now. Even Shadow coming this way. So they're gonna leave the mid lane simply to Ice, who's been rotating a lot through the early game, so I guess he does need a little bit of loving for himself. But just as they were able to get something going, we see rotation and smoke coming out from Virtus.pro. Lil and Solo stepping in. They actually just pump fake, don't commit for anything, and instead drop the ward.
Yeah, they just dropped the ward. He could actually hear it. I think they're gonna deward it, or what's the Courier doing? Yeah, the sentry is bought. They want to deward it.
Easy 100 gold.
Easy. Wenj is just gonna hit level 6 right now. She's going for Magic Missile max without aura right now. She's gonna just use that later on. Nice set though.
Yeah, it's pretty extravagant, I'll say. I want to say I have that same set. I played Venge recently, but very high tempo hero, especially in the core position. Now, she could be getting a lot going for herself. It's still looking good. She's got second and last hits, 41-16. That's pretty nice. I like that a lot. Alchemist, though, you know, he was kind of hitting a bit of a hiccup there. He's scoping towards that top of the net worth and will be kind of residing in the jungle now to kind of make up for it. Are you happy if you're Team Random right now, do you think?
Yeah, I think they're good. Alke just can't stand in the lane anymore, so he's just in the jungle, farms more effectively, and he's giving some levels to Tusk, who's on mid. Venge is free farming, she's sleeping on the bottom.
All right, we got some action here bottom lane. Virtus.pro really pressuring that tier 1, has forced reinforcements out from Team Random. Lots of rotations down here, but not any commitments going to be made. They'll instead sidestep into the jungle and kind of work from there, while that leaves no one to kind of do his own thing back in the mid lane. But they have rotated someone else in now. It's Faith Beyond, who was hanging out in that bottom lane, now rotates in towards that. Once they see that rotation, Virtus.pro could make a move here and try to find a setup on the Team Random. So it is just very awkward from both sides. Solo runs up through the hill and tries to go for a frostbite grab. That's going to force out the snowball from Ice, and he takes his whole crew onto the little lady, and she gets wrecked. Now, Nuke flies out, but Team Random totally step out there. They're a whole 5-man team.
Yeah, look at VP's ward on their hill near tier 1 tower bottom. They can see the movement from Team Random. I'm surprised they actually went for it, trying to get a kill on mid. I mean, they tried to snipe him, but CM was in range for snowball. That's why she died, even though she had a haste.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just thirst of Virtus.pro kind of sitting there in that moment saying, hey, we're already here, we got to try to get something out of it, but maybe just got a bit overzealous. Whatever the case may be, they get right back to their grind of lanes. Ramses to the bottom with Lil by his side. Lil gets his medallion done and his tranquil, so this guy is decked out with ridiculous armor already at base of 7 for a Visage. I gotta say is pretty nice. But on the agenda for Virtus.pro right now is Legion Commander, who has, you know, level 6 and duel ready to go. It's time to get some damage going. So they got the smoke, and they're taking their business all the way up here to the top lane, where Blink is there, still waiting it out. They're going to catch him out, it looks like. They hit him with the slow, and he gets popped with the duel. That should be some easy damage reward to Pasha.
Easy damage indeed. That's how you play with Legion Commander. He hits 6, you make a rotation.
Bottom lane. Look at the response coming out random. Make their own move on for Lil here. Trap him in within the shards, but it's Virtus.pro who get their own response. They take down the Slardar, and Lil sets up another one. A double kill's going to be there for Ramses. It looks like at that same moment we did have other casualties across the globe. No one was able to slice his way on through. The Witch Doctor. His Y is also going to get dropped. This is Virtus.pro unleashing a serious power peak in this game.
Yeah, if you're dying on all 3 lanes, you know something's wrong. Did you see how Sven actually moved in that fight? He was hitting it with cleave. He wasn't even hitting a hero. He was just cleaving through the creeps and just dealing the damage to a hero. Very nice movement by Ramses. He decided to go for Mask of Madness. I did some testing with Mask of Madness. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it ends up badly. I think he feels like it's gonna be good this game. There are some players like No Tail who prefer like Armlet into Echo Saber build, into Blink Dagger, BKB of course, but the bad thing about Mask of Madness is that you silence yourself.
He will be able to get plenty of armor from himself and his comrades, but as you were talking about, does have to make sure he dishes out all of his spells before kind of going into his berserk mode at that point. In the meantime, Team Random were able to kind of go on their own little expedition. They smoked up and planted a very deep observer ward here into Virtus.pro's side, kind of trying to get themselves an extra bit of intel, whether it be avoiding any future pressure and ganks, because this is, like I said before, a power peak for Virtus.pro. You have a Timbersaw who's going to be ready to kind of really bulk up. The duel's online for Legion Commander, so she's trying to get as much damage as possible, and once she gets that blink, she's certainly going to look to set up some plays. So Random need the intel. They need to try to find where they can safely farm and just try to progress. But I say that, and then I look at their lineup, and I'm like, I don't know. I feel like they're a lineup that might need to fight soon. I mean, Core Venge? How long can you wait?
Yeah, they need to make something happen. It's minute 12, Tusk is level 4. Right now, the experience from creeps and from hero kills was nerfed, and it's hard to actually level up with heroes, especially when you're playing from behind. Like you see, this Tusk was even on the mid lane, just getting some solo XP, but he's still level 4. Even though he's in 3 kills.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Those look like Virtus.pro are going to be able to sink down another tier 1 tower with relative ease here, as Team Random will just withdraw and hand that one over here. A couple of defensive wards also, just kind of will allow them to see if Virtus.pro are going to continue to go a bit deep. You have Y nearby with a sentry ward just in case they were going to try to kind of get some extra vision down or not. But it looks like they're going to take their business elsewhere here. And this could be the time where Lil is just going to grind his way towards that Solar Crest. It looks like he does have that talisman already in queue. And
yeah, plus he has extra Blightstone for extra minus armor. And look at Witch Doctor. This is like minus armor game. Witch Doctor says like, okay, we have so much minus armor. You build up Medallion. And he says like, fuck you, I'm going to make Medallion myself just to counter that.
There's some ridiculous physical burst here if Virtus.pro get the opportunity. They go on the prowl. Right up towards the old secret shop. Waiting towards the high ground to see if anyone from the Wings party, sorry, random party, try to rotate
random
nearby.
Party. That sounds really weird.
Yeah.
Like, what's a random party like?
I don't know. I'm sorry. The name is just... it suits their drafting / play style. Don't get me wrong, but... You know, maybe a better name by TI. We'll see. Ooh, Shadow.
All right, Shadow.
Farming nearby. Not going to be contested. It looked like he was trying to see if he could hang around for that bounty rune, but it does look like no one was nearby. Spots him out, and they're going to just opt to go for the objective at hand, and it's a bottom tier 1 that is in the sights here for Virtus.pro.
Alk trying to get close to his Radiance. He's going to get it around 15-minute mark, even though he died twice. Still a good timing on that. Sven had some stacks in the at the Ancients and building towards S and Y. We can ask ourselves why. I mean, Yasha gives him extra movement speed combined with Mask of Madness, and it gives him some stats and armor in general. So it's a good pickup. Like you can't really question Ramsey's item build, especially on Sven. Like this is the build. Like if he makes Dagon, you're just gonna like go. This is the best build. You don't question.
It's the best build. It's Ramsey's. You know, young innovator, and even if he ends up going, you know, 3 and 20, 320 or something, you know, that's fine. That's fine. We'll see it in pubs anyways. Here though, finding more time to farm on up. It's support's time to kind of, I don't know, go in and snipe bounties. Solo grabs a little bit of money in his pocket. Passion nearby. Has his blinked dagger done and is looking to queue up what looks like a Shadow Blade here, but with only 10 damage to his name, I'm sure he is thirsty for more. So we'll see what the game plan here is for Virtus.pro kind of moving forward. Maybe Roche is going to be something a bit appetizing for possibly both teams here. They're both very good at doing it with the amount of physical and armor mitigation they got going, but it looks like this is what's on the agenda. It's going to be Team Random with a smoke and on the move.
Yeah. Starter has a blink, they want to make it.
And they use that blink. They move in. Crush him with the Maledict. Are they going to be able to burst him out, or is he going to be able to shrug it off with the help of the armor? Pasha moves in, gets a quick extra bit of damage. The thirst has been quenched. And now it's going to be Lil isolating onto Ice. They'll blast him down. He's now dominating on this Visage, and Virtus.pro are pretty much dominating this game at this point.
Senti ping.
Comes in, they jump on over. They look to go for Blink, and she is a lone little vengeful lady who is done for. 12-4. Virtus.pro firing off on all cylinders here. Team Random back to the grindstone. Alchemist, his back is, I hope it's good. I hope he's got a strong back there, Lacoste.
Yeah, I hope so too. They only managed to score 4 kills. We talked a little bit during the pick phase about in general Radiance illusion carriers. I don't think that's that much overpowered. It's more like people don't like to see it. It's kind of boring to watch those games, but it's still a little bit overpowered, in my opinion.
I mean, it will encourage a lot of teams to start thinking about what they can do possibly against these kind of lineups, because no one does want to be forced in those positions where you're stuck first round or even second round banning these kind of heroes over and over and over again. Maybe looking for ways to, you know, bring in some fresh heroes, fresh faces, and find ways to play against that play style. And, you know, Virtus.pro have those, you know, deep inner Sukabliat kind of roots, man, going full Divide and rushing and taking down Team Random. So they're pulling that kind of attitude out now, and it's working. It's just bringing back old chapters, old metas, and recycling, you know, a bit of that old school stuff. And then you play these kind of old metas, and you have shrines, and you have talent trees and stuff, and you just kind of discover new things.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, they managed to Roche. We didn't talk about it because it was pretty obvious, and it went down so fast, especially with Solar Crest and one more Blightstone. That's like minus 14 armor just by Visage. Not bad at all.
Yeah, Lil is a monster on Visage, and I gotta say, if Visage is gonna be part of this meta, that hero is going to need to be banned against Virtus.pro moving forward.
Definitely. It's OG and the Virtus.pro hero.
Yeah, OG have been playing it, but I would still, I mean, it's Lil Visage. It's Lil Visage.
Little Visage. VP wants to fight right now.
Yeah.
They want to take those tier 2 towers. They feel so much stronger with Aegis on Timbersaw and Bloodstone completed. 13 charges. He feels really comfortable going in, tanking all the damage.
Yeah, this is a fantastic timing for Virtus.pro. It looks like they pretty much etched themselves into a clean execution game against former TI champions here. Would definitely make them feel solid about their position, or at least their beginnings of this Kive major. But I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves here. As Virtus.pro continued to kind of push themselves forward, they were getting what they wanted. The Alchemists, who've been farming in that side lane, has been drawn back, and all of Team Random are together as a team, and that means that they're not farming. And when they are, it's pretty much Alchemist alone, so everyone else here on the team is just kind of starving a bit.
Yeah, it's like 4 years old Chinese Dota right now, feeling for them, for Protect 1. Meanwhile, Virtus.pro farming all the map, even though if they manage to get a kill on the solo, it's not gonna be of any significance, so...
Fair enough. Jump and crush. It does look like Team Random were able to find a nice little solo pick off there.
Yeah, it's 300 gold, meanwhile they're farming the whole map. Virtus.pro just want to finish items like BKB on Sven, which is finished right now. It's flying up to him, and they can take tier 2 towers just for some fights. Lotus Orb on Timbersaw to remove those stuns, and minus armor from Slardar. Just tank up, try to get a pick off with Legion Commander, who's getting close to Shadowblade, and it's going to be so easier to pick off a hero.
Random are able to kind of push out some of these lanes a bit here, but still not feeling too comfortable on getting too much extra vision out at the moment. They still have these deep-rooted wards a bit, but dual mid lane here. Jump onto Little Tusk here, trying to move out on his own. Gets snubbed at that moment. And more damage will be awarded, and now with him taken out of the picture, this could allow Virtus.pro to take a tier 2 and close out a few bits of the remaining outer towers.
Yeah, top is pushed as well, so it's gonna be dead top tier 2 tower as well.
Easy. More money, more snowball factor. I am, you know, got to give credit where it's due. This Alchemist is still holding top net worth. I know it's an Alchemist. He's got Greevil's Greed and an ability to kind of keep himself at top net worth. But how this game's been going, and it's 13-5, and the Alchemist has been kind of taken down a couple of times, I'm surprised to still see him actually up there. But, yeah, overall, as you can see in the team net worth, very heavy for Virtus.pro as they get ready to approach that 10K mark and high ground push.
In general, in Dota right now, it's hard to push the base because of the shrines, boost from armor on towers, and all those minus armor. It's hard to fight into acid spray and wave of terror plus shrines in the base. You need to get like a lot more items than your team to actually push it.
All right, here we go. VP. Again, 6 a.m. Dota casting here. Virtus.pro moving into the high ground, looking to close out their first game here in this series against Team Random in a full best of 3 of this long and particular Swiss format.
Yeah, Aegis is gone on Timbersaw, but seems like they don't want to commit yet. They feel they're out farming them. Look at the vision on Team Random side. I hate saying Team Random. Dire, I'm just gonna call them Dire. Like, they have pretty much the same 2 wars. They want to make a pick-off. by those two wards, but they don't see anything else.
Oh, Solo looks like not going to be caught out in any trouble, but yeah, very dark map here for Random, with the exception of that little dinky spot up here. It's going to be on them to kind of move out, but it's still just kind of them following around their mighty alchemist, saying, please lift us up into the promised land and take us home. But he has got a lot more farm to go if he wants to be able to kind of hold a candle to the lineup of Virtus.pro at this moment. Or Virtus.pro are going to have to pull out a serious misstep to hand it over. But it looks like we got more damage as another duel. Ooh, swap save though. Will cancel out the award of damage, but we have rotations coming in, and this has only sparked the real fire, as it is going to allow Virtus.pro to rotate on in this opening and get the finish on not just that Tusk, but also a takedown on the core Vengeful Spirit. She's now going to be forced into a buyback situation, and Virtus.pro could step away from this and be happy, but it looks like they could consider trying to close out with a set of racks here. Ramsey's looking to fight in deep, eats a lot of damage and a Maldic, so he is forced to pull out.
Oh, he's gonna need to use a BKB. Yeah.
Wow. But buyback forced. Team Random did have to go into the piggy bank to kind of fend off Virtus.pro from that one.
Yeah. Buyback plus 600 gold. I mean 600 damage on a tower plus some dual damage. Virtus.pro just seems like they're taking it home slowly. They're gonna wait for next Roche. They don't need to risk anything. They're in no rush.
So as
look at that visage, Road of Atos. Like you don't see that item. Like that item is fucking amazing, but not many heroes can make it.
Yeah, it's like Visage and Silencer, some of the heavy ones to pick it up. And I'll admit, I am not a Visage player. Even my time in Dota 1, Dota 2, I never really cared for the hero a lot. I even had time with Chen, so it's not like I avoided micro heroes. I don't know, just something about Visage I never really grew attached to. But, you know, it is beautiful to watch, I will give it that, you know, when played very, very well. And it's obvious that just the hero itself and its meta and its itemizations changed so much, you know, to see him put off Ags in this case so much. Is that just how you play Visage now, or is that how he needs to play Visage in this game, that you avoid getting Ags?
Well, Ags in general on Visage is good. That extra bird, triple stun, it gives you so much. The split push ability, if you're just trying to chop one side, just dealing damage on the tower on the other side, it's so good, especially combined with, I mean, the items in general make Visage so good, and the talent trees as well. I mean, he has plus 30 experience gain, so once he hits, let's say, level 25 plus 120 familiar movement speed, it's so easy to stun with them.
Yeah, the Atos just makes it so sweet to kind of synergize all of his spells together, so I can see why that's so appetizing to have. Plus on top of the Solar Crest, a lot of great items for the hero, so I can see why it can be a bit of a puzzlement to decide on which is your first easy treat.
And it gives him what he needs, exactly. It gives him mana pool, which he lacks because it's 4-second cooldown. If he doesn't die, he's just gonna use it like 10-15 times in a battle, and it gives him HP, becomes more even tanky, combined with Solar Crest. Evasion, armor, good with his Gravekeeper's Cloak. That hero just doesn't die in a team fights and has enough mana to deal so much damage. I just want to see how much damage he deals in the next fight.
Yeah, if Team Random are going to, you know, hand over an opportunity for a fight, that is. As the game continues to progress here, it seems pretty clear-cut that Virtus.pro are just going to hold out, farm a bit, wait for the Roche to come up, get the Aegis, and then try to move in and close out their first set of racks on the back of having that extra life. You know, the building hitter situation, I got to say, is kind of weird for Virtus.pro. Yeah, you got Visage, who's fantastic at crushing objectives and taking down structures. But who you give the Aegis to, you know, it's kind of awkward in these situations. You throw Sven or whoever up to the high ground to hit the buildings. It's kind of awkward for them. They eat a lot of damage real fast here from the Team Random lineup. Timbersaw doesn't hit buildings well at all either. Well,
they're gonna give it probably to Timbersaw, who just goes in and just tries to make a mess in a team fight. Just try to make them use spells on him while Sven hits. I mean, Sven has a BKB of his own, doesn't die that fast, and even if they go on him, there's a press the attack from Legion Commander to save him up, then he can use a BKB after that.
Dang. Plus, look how fast he hits. That press the attack and the mask with a St. Yasha and a Hyperstone will do that.
Well, VP doesn't have the best building clear, but once they kill 1 or 2 heroes, those structures are gonna go down in seconds. Especially right now with the Salcurious picked up on Sven.
All right, I like this move. You know, a lot of teams would just sit inside their base and hope to God Virtus.pro will mess up and overextend inside a base push and they can make something out of it. But here, Team Random, formerly known as Wings, smoke up, move in, and try to make an approach on a Virtus.pro. But look at this, Virtus.pro already out the other way. Did they see this?
Virtus.pro.
Well,
no,
they're just like,
have
nah.
that good sense. Yeah.
No one's bottom.
Nah, we know you're so desperate you need to smoke.
Yeah, they're gone. Maybe something we missed, but whatever it may be, just Virtus.pro are able to avoid that one or any sort of what could have been awkward engagement. I mean, even if Team Random were able to stall things out, say they get into an engagement there, lose the fight, if Virtus.pro take a hard enough set of shots there and lose some of their, you know, heavy building hitters, then the game would be prolonged, and that would be wonderful for Team Random. But Virtus.pro avoid all that, and now they get another chance at moving in through the southern door.
It is time to go. Virtus.pro was playing 30 minutes, dominating the game. Now it's time to go. Try to finish it.
All right, first move back. Immediate swap play here. Looking to go for Ramses. He is not the Aegis holder. If they can burst him down, he's going to be done for. He pops his BKB and just, whoa, hits down Y so hard, but they get a good force staff, and he's able to make it away. Oh, I spoke too soon. No one will be able to get the finish onto him. What a stun connection onto the takedown of Alchemist. He is going to be out of this one. Buyback will be forced. Pasha gets uppercutted as he comes back down. He will also get finished, but it's Ramses cleaving through everyone, as it is going to be Team Random forced to go through all of their buybacks. This is the buyback from Alchemist, and that's going to be it. Game is over. Virtus.pro will take it.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. They just went all in on Sven, and there was press the attack on him, plus a lot of damage from Timbersaw, and he just pops a BKB and just destroys them. He even went back, just killed the tower in 3 hits, and with that extra armor from Warcry, they didn't get any damage, even though they were fighting in Acid Spray plus Witch Doctor ulti. Looked kind of promising for Team Random at one point, but they just got destroyed in the last fight. They managed to get